All right. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Aria. How's everybody? Hey. Welcome, everyone that's tuning in. I am Ber-Henda, and I am a visionary empath coach. And so every Tuesday, we have this online
Online
meeting.
meeting.
Hey.
I
got it. I guess
yes,
we got it
we got
right
it
away.
right away.
So
So
thank you.
thank you.
Hold on, I'm going.
No,
No,
take your
take
time.
your time.
It's all good.
I'm just introducing myself
and getting
and
ready to
getting
introduce
ready to
you.
introduce you.
Awesome. I just got my phone, my little stand. I gotta love technology.
You gotta love
You
it.
gotta love it.
All right, hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
so
so
my lovely
my
friend
lovely friend
is getting
is
adjusted
getting
here.
adjusted here.
But in
But in
the
the
meantime,
meantime,
I am
I am
Ber-Henda,
Ber-Henda,
your host.
your host.
And every
And every
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
you can
you
join
can
us
join
here
us here
at
at
6:30
6:30
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern Standard
Eastern
Time
Standard Time
for Visionary
for Visionary
Empaths
Empaths
Unite.
Unite.
And so, what
And
are
so, what are
empaths?
empaths?
And why are we
And why
uniting?
are we uniting?
Because
Because
I truly
I truly
believe
believe
that
that
empaths
empaths
are
are
waking up
waking up
at a
at
rapid
a
rate
rapid rate
because
because
the
the
planet is in
planet is in
need
need
of
of
love,
love,
huge
huge and
big love.
big love.
So
So,
empaths
empaths
are
are
individuals
individuals
who
who
can
can
feel
feel
the thoughts, feelings, and
the
emotions of
thoughts,
another
feelings, and emotions of another
in their own
in
body.
their own body.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
so
so
they have
they
vivid
have vivid
dreams,
dreams,
they're
they're
precognitive,
precognitive,
they're
they're
intuitive,
intuitive,
they have
they have
charges,
charges,
the
the
visionary empath
visionary
does.
empath does.
So you
So
may
you may
be
be
responsible for the
responsible for
earth.
the earth.
Someone else
Someone
may
else
be
may be
responsible for
responsible for
relationships.
relationships.
You know your
You know your
chart
chart
because people
because
come
people come
out to
out to
you
you
out of the
out of the
blue. Maybe
blue. Maybe you're
at
at
the grocery
the
store,
grocery store,
and
and
perfect
perfect
strangers
strangers
will feel so
will feel so
comfortable
comfortable
sharing their innermost
sharing their innermost
details
details
with you,
with you.
and
And
somehow
somehow
you know
you
the
know the
exact right thing
exact
to
right
say.
thing to say.
You get an
You get an
intuitive hit.
intuitive hit.
You know
You know
exactly
exactly
what to say.
what to say.
And
And
so,
so,
creative
creative
expression,
expression,
poetry,
poetry,
dance
dance
are all wonderful
are wonderful
tools
tools
to help our
to help our
empaths
empaths
cope
cope
because the
because the
energy
energy
from
from
environments
environments
or people
or people
can be
can be
sometimes very
sometimes very
debilitating.
debilitating.
And sometimes
And
we may
sometimes we may
think
think
it's
it's
our
our
own
own
anxiety
anxiety
or
or
depression
depression
because you
because
feel
you
so
feel so
deeply.
deep.
And when you
And when you
can't do
can't
anything
do
about
anything
it,
about it,
you feel
you feel
deep
deep
despair.
despair.
And people may
And
not
people may not
understand,
understand,
well, why are you
well,
so
why are you so
sensitive?
sensitive?
Right.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so each
Yeah,
week
so each week,
I have
I have
a different expert.
different
And so Amy is our expert for this evening, and she's going to share with you some delicious tips that she has because she is a coach, she is an investor, and she has a compassionate heart and soul. And so she's going to share with us this evening some things that you can do to help uh, with your empathic gift. Hello. Just want to make sure. Can everybody hear me okay? For those of you who are online, can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure that the sound is good. Can you guys hear me okay? Check, check, check. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, great. Awesome. So I think in the midst of our technology, we may have lost Amy, so I'm going to bring her back on. So, like I said, once a week we do these calls so that all of you wonderful empaths out there can have tools and things that can benefit you, that can help you on your journey. And so, waking up to your empathic gift can sometimes be a little alarming. It's almost like there's an alarm that has been set off in your life, um, where you feel like nothing is working. You may have experienced a tumultuous loss or things that you used to do, people that you used to hang around, you're no longer interested in. You really want to have more deep and thoughtful conversations. You want to find yourself more in nature, a way where you can get rest and feel rejuvenated. You want to delve more deep into more spiritual connection with people and things that are going to grow and edify you. So it can be a very startling time. And I think Amy is back with us.
Hey,
Okay, yay!
Okay, yeah,
I'm back. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like I was there and then
And then you
I
weren't.
wasn't.
And then you weren't.
And I could see. So it's really good to be with you. I'm really excited about this.
Oh,
So
I'm so
thank you.
excited
I'm
too.
so excited too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's just
Yeah,
jump
so
right
let's
in.
just jump right in.
So I was
So
sharing
So we're
with
sharing
our
with our
audience
audience
that you're a coach,
that you're a coach,
you're an
Yeah.
you're
investor,
an investor,
I
you help with
am.
you
strategic
help with
planning,
strategic planning,
I do.
but
but you use
your beautiful gift
your
of
beautiful
intuition.
gift of intuition.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
And all empaths do, but it's you get these really cool hits and it's like, oh, and you just like kind of download or channel or brain dump or whatever you want to say.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's been great because it really allows me to give my clients insight and see them from a different perspective because I can feel how they're feeling. You know, I can almost hear when they're, you know, super excited or they're upset or whatever. So it's just an asset that I love being able to use intuitively to help my people move forward, and they get to make such huge, amazing change.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 So I want to
So
ask
I
you,
want to ask you
because I've been
because I've
noticing
been noticing
that across
that across
the world
the world
and
Yeah.
various
and
communities,
various communities,
I've been
I've been
seeing
seeing
women really
women
open
really
up
open up
and
and
embrace
embrace
this
Yeah.
intuitive
this
faculty.
intuitive faculty.
Yeah. So if you could
Yeah. So if
share
you
with
could share with us
what started you on
what
this path.
started you on this path.
I think it was really just owning it. Like it's always been there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I knew I was doing it initially. And I like that's just how I've operated my entire life. So it's really helping other people step into their empathic abilities. I believe we all have the ability to be empathic or use our intuition, and it's just having that, you know, being quiet a little bit and listening to, you know, your gut.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
could
So if you could
say more about
say
that,
more about that,
because I know
because I
in
know
our
in our
educational system,
educational system,
it's
it's
championed by
championed by intellect,
not so
Right.
much
not so much
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah. So there's a way where it's like I just know something's supposed to be the way it is or the way I think it is. And when I trust that, like 99.9% of the time, I'm right on. And it's when I start getting in my head and second guessing everything that it doesn't work out. And I think that's too. So it's really like I just sit with myself, and not for like a huge amount of time. Like it's kind of quick, at least for me at this point. But I just sit with myself and like, what, you know, what do I need to do? Where am I at? What, you know, what's supposed to happen? What feels right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the body knows what feels right. You could do muscle testing, you know, if you wanted
Ooh.
to get confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say more about the
So say more about the muscle
testing.
Yeah, well,
testing.
we store all this stuff in our body that we're so busy on our, our days when we're overscheduled or overwhelmed or, just not being as present, as conscious as we could be. And your body knows, and your intuition knows what you want. And I go back to my health coaching days, which is how I started my coaching business initially. Is it just organically evolved. But that was the piece, like, if you actually listen to your body will tell you exactly what it needs for energy and for fuel and nutrition every day. But we don't just put ourselves on plans where there's restriction and we're eating the same thing every day. So it's just like ignoring it. So it's the same thing with your intuition. If you actually sit quietly and listen to it, or you do some the muscle testing, then that can really be a way of guiding yourself for anything. And I love doing it in business.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So I know that there are different ways of doing muscle testing. So I know you are at a computer or at your phone. But can you show us an example of muscle testing?
Yeah. So one of the things I do is there's a one where if it's, I think it depends on, if it goes open, then for me it's a no. And if it stays closed, then we're good. The other one that I used to teach my clients, I don't know if it's actually officially muscle testing, but it's just the awareness, is with food, but you could do it with anything. Like, am I supposed to go to this event tonight, right? Am I supposed to networking? And if you lean forward, typically that's the yes, you're supposed to go. And if you lean back, then it's a no. So it's those little things that are moving and can really help you to kind of figure out what your path is and give you that sense of kind of calm and confidence that you really are following the path that you're supposed to be on.
Fantastic. I love muscle testing. And I think that's a very easy faculty for us to use. Yeah.
It's really helpful.
Yeah.
So.
And that works with the yes or no questions. Yes or no.
Yes or no.
Yeah. And so tell us how that works with food.
With food, it's what I used to have my health coaching clients do is, hold or think about whatever it is they want to do. Like, am I supposed to have the brownie now? And sometimes it's like, yes, go eat the damn brownie. But your body will tell you, either way. It's been really cool. And I actually worked with somebody who had been doing a lot of restrictive dieting and had been very regimented way of eating. And part of how we got her to trust her body was doing that exercise over and over and over again. So it was helpful. And she was so excited because she's like, I can eat X, Y, and Z in this place. And my body's saying yes, and I feel good. And she didn't gain weight, she lost the weight that she wanted to. And So, and as I said, you can really do it with anything. So it's the same place in business where, if, say it's the event, or, am I on target with, the number of clients, or, are my goals too big, or, whatever, you could make it anything. It's not just limited to food.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you can share with some of our viewers.
Yeah.
How did you know that you were supposed to be a coach?
I have the twistiest whine that anybody could possibly have. So I don't know that it was actually like a knowing. It was more like I kind of fell into it because I had done a bunch of other things, and it was really more like narrowing my path in my mission and my absolute desire to help other people. And I've catered, I've been a personal chef. I almost opened a restaurant. The next step for me was like, how do I make impact? How do I help people have meaning in their lives? And that's what kind of just showed up on my doorstep, so that it was really like, universe, hello, Emmy, go this way. And it was a lot of fun. So I connected with it because I could just be me and guide people and really help them get out of or get over whatever roadblock they put in place.
Yeah.
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 And so,
And so,
as a fellow
empath,
Yep.
what are some
strategies
or tools that you use to help
clear yourself?
Because as much as you love
people,
Oh yeah,
peopling can be a bit
peopling
much.
can be a bit much.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been times when I like haven't cleared, and that's when I get sick, or I just feel really, like just tired and exhausted and weighed down. So one of the things that I'm like crazy religious about is that I get a massage every other week.
Nice.
Nice.
And that just helps obviously my physical self, but it helps clear everything else out. And just clearing every day. I don't need to do it as much now as I did originally, but that clearing and just kind of disconnecting from everybody that I'm around is really important for me. And I love being with people, and I love going to big events, but I know I can't do that day after day after day. So for me, it's kind of finding that balance of having some downtime, having some me time where, I'm just quiet and kind of chilling out. And it's worked really well for me over the last several years.
That's amazing.
Because
we
hear
so often from empaths that they can't do crowded events. That it can be difficult.
It's really challenging, and they used to be like so overwhelming so that I couldn't, like I'd come home and not be able to sleep. And I just learned to cut cords. A girlfriend and coach friend of mine was like, wrap yourself in bubble wrap. So like that's a practice that I have. And again, it's finding that balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I have found by continuing to put myself in those situations where I'm surrounded by, whether it's a couple hundred or a couple thousand people, like I practice kind of keeping myself protected, if you will. So the effects aren't as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great tool.
To
kind of having your toolbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been giving us some great
ones.
Oh,
and
thank
especially
you.
the muscle testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great one to use.
Yeah, I like that because for me, it's like so like, all right, got it. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
And
so, you
also
are an investor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things
that
light you up? That make you want to give?
What I do right now centers around either entrepreneurs and usually they're tied together, but things that are sustainable, that have meaning or impact other people's lives. So the couple of projects that I'm invested in right now, one is a movie called Wishman that has been in production for a couple of years and hopefully is going to be coming out soon. And it's about one of the co-founders of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And it's just an incredible story about somebody who was kind of down and out and then totally turned everything around and then created this amazing organization. And then another one that I'm participating in is an app called Dynable, and that helps event planners and caterers and even restaurants determine like what your food sensitivities and your allergies are. And that's kind of at a very simple topic. Really, it's designed so that people are communicating more effectively. And, there's a lot of people that have food sensitivities or food issues. And it's not that difficult to make, simple changes in the kitchen if you know about it ahead of time. So those are two of my big projects right now outside of my coaching business. I also mentor a couple of high school girls, and then I teach at the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. So I get to play with, 12 to 18-year-olds and help them start and grow businesses.
Well,
Well,
you definitely
you
hit
definitely
me
hit me
in my area of
in my area
sensitivity
of sensitivity
because I too,
Aw.
because I too,
yeah, I run a
yeah, I
leadership
run a leadership
organization for girls
organization for girls
between the ages of
between the
13
ages of 13
and 18,
and 18,
and we
Okay.
talk about
and we talk about entrepreneurship,
social entrepreneurs,
social entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
being advocates in
being
their own
advocates in their
neighborhood.
own neighborhood.
Yeah,
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 Yeah. It's so much fun.
it is.
it is.
The two girls, the high school girls, that they work for me, and they're two of the most amazing young women that I've met, and they're so driven and so talented. And I think about what I was doing when I was 17. I'm like, you are so together. So they're both really, yeah, they're really awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
So,
oh, Tracy.
Tracy.
So we're on the
So we're on the line
with
yeah,
with
Amy Kirschner.
Amy Kirschner.
yeah, every Kirschner.
Yep.
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 And so
she
is an
is
investor
an investor
Yep.
and marketing
and marketing and strategy coach.
And
Yeah.
she
And she uses her intuition
to help support
to help support
and
herself
her clients.
and her clients.
I do. And I've shared like kind of what I do with a lot of those who that's what connects with them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
So
I want to
I want to open this.
So if anyone
has any questions
that you'd like to ask about
finding your purpose,
utilizing your
utilizing
intuition,
your intuition,
how to really
how to really lean in,
discover
discover your own power,
please
ask away.
because people type
a lot of times.
Into our chat.
Yeah, into our chat.
I thought I saw something about a book, but I'm not sure what the question is.
Yeah.
Do you have
Do you have a book?
I co-authored a book called Get Results. You can find it on Amazon several years ago. And then I have a couple of ebooks on my website, and that's emikirschner.com. So it's EMIKIRSCHNER.
Yeah.
And if you go to my page,
I did hyperlink
it.
Yeah,
people
awesome.
So people could
It's easy.
very easy.
If you want to connect with me, I think the best way to do that would be to join my Facebook group called the Tribe of Leaders.
Ooh.
We're doing some really fun things. I think we're doing some fun things in the next couple of weeks. So would love to have people join and just be part. And the key for me with the Tribe of Leaders is that almost everybody is an entrepreneur that's in the group. You do not have to be an entrepreneur, but it's really about supporting each other and sharing ideas and community. And we're having a lot of fun.
I love that.
And so
I'll repost that.
Okay.
So that people can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
feel that
even if you're not
leading
like thousands of people, we're still all leaders. We can dominate. Yeah, we can dominate
our own sphere.
Yeah, and it's for me, being a leader is whether you're just leading yourself that day and you're getting one foot in front of the other, or you're leading thousands or millions of people or anything in between. And I think when you start coming from that mindset, it really changes your perspective on some of the choices that you make. So and for me at least, there's an accountability of I've got to show up for these people because they're counting on me, and I've got to be at my best because they're counting on me, and I want to be able to make impact. And when I rise, they rise, and there's a ripple effect there that is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love for people who are hanging out to any questions. I'm happy to answer. I'm going to say pretty much anything that I can.
That's right.
We're
completely open.
And we're a
non-judgment zone.
So any questions
that you have.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I am really curious
about your Facebook group.
Because
again,
you'll
put a link in the comments.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. And this week we're talking about rewiring your brain and how what you believe can actually set certain neural pathways, and that people who tend to have a growth mindset or a more positive mindset have more activity in their brain. But how to change, if you're living with either a lack mentality, or you're experiencing a lot of fear, or you just want to take another step in the evolution of being more positive, living in abundance. There's things like affirmations can help you actually physically rewire the neurons in your brain, so that it becomes easier and easier and easier to do that. So it's been part of what we've been talking about this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
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 Because I feel like
there's something
moving in the
collective
about mindset.
It's
huge. It's everywhere. Like everybody I'm following on Facebook or Instagram, all the really big influencers are talking about, hey Chuck, how are you? Are talking about, your thought patterns, what your belief is. Are you allowing yourself to stay, stuck and comfortable, or are you, getting uncomfortable, being aware of what it is that can potentially keep you limited, and then doing the work to shift that. And that it's not just action, because the whole like grind and hustle thing annoys me to death.
Yes.
It's really about I love what you put on the social media post. Is really about aligning, but staying in motion and moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I think
that
model
of
hustle, grind is
counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I like to share with people is like finding flow, right? There's no, life is not ever balanced. There's no perfectly divided pie portion pieces where everything fits into, a nice neat triangle. It's really finding the flow. Some days you're going to spend more time, working, and other days it'll be, whether it's family or friends or self-care or whatever, but allowing things to be that and looking at it holistically, because you can have all of those things in different quantities at different times, depending on what your focus is.
Yeah.
So super fun.
I love that.
Yeah. Because mindset is definitely one of those frontiers that I think I've personally come to. Because I've done all the emotional stuff, done the spiritual stuff, and it's like, okay, well then why are things still not working?
Right.
And I think it's the mindset.
It is the mindset, because your mindset's going to keep you stuck and from moving forward, pretty much regardless of what you're doing, until you because you believe that you can't do or have or be whatever it is that you want, and you have to change the belief system.
Yeah. So say more about that. Because you talked about
the
lack mentality.
Right.
What
What other blocks
have you noticed?
Right? Like it could be that you don't really believe that you're worth having all the money that you want. And then that'll show up in your business with, not enough clients or not enough customers or things not going right. It could be that, you believe that your voice shouldn't be heard. So you play a small game instead of taking some of the, the risks, or being more assertive with your marketing. It could be anything from a health perspective of you don't believe that you can actually lose weight. So it could be anything.
Yeah.
Like there's no, I think, a lot of those beliefs were formed when, we were really little. So it's uncovering them, creating the awareness, and then just practicing really something that is different, so that your brain starts to get tricked into believing it, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. And I saw Tracy's comment, but I wasn't able to read it because I can't talk and read it.
She said, I have realized and become more uncomfortable with the fact that I have lived more years than I'm going to live because I am later 50. So how can I change my mindset?
Absolutely. So my friend is 73 years old, and she's planning to live to 120. And some of it's just creating the openness of, like, I'm going to enjoy every moment that I have right here, right now, instead of looking at it like I'm on the treadmill, I'm running out of time, I'm running out of time. And so just shifting some of that. And then also, I think there's a mindset that somewhere in your 50s and maybe 60s, like it's, oh, I've got to retire, right? Like I'm done with whatever. And maybe that's the case. Maybe you do retire, and that's great. But look at it as a choice and a plan and something that you want to do, and not just this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you can create whatever you want. My friend Patty at 72 or 71 started her business and started her journey in entrepreneurship. And she's rocking it.
Yeah.
Like that's like, be open to anything and be aware of those limiting things of, oh, I'm in my 50s, so I can't do blah. Yes, you can. Who said? Where's the rule?
That's right.
Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think
there's
a wisdom
a wisdom
and
and value
that comes
when
you get into
when
the
you
middle
middle
age.
age.
There's so much beauty
There's
there.
so much beauty there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 So
And I
there's
don't.
value.
So there's value.
Yeah, everybody has value. Your value isn't going to be the same from your 20s to your 50s or your 30s to, you know, your 40s or anything in between. Your value is what it is right now. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, break the rules.
There are no rules. Make them up.
That's right.
That's right.
And I saw somebody say something about being unworthy. You are so worthy. Everybody is worthy of whatever they desire. That's why we're here. We're here to create. We're here to have an amazing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to see that and create it and to make it happen. Because no matter what, like, bad stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all temporary. Right? Like and I just had an experience the other day where it was like stuff was not going the way I wanted. And we had some stuff go on with my kid, and like I could either stay trapped in the panic of that or not. And I had to take a minute and sit down and be like, all right, this is not the end of the world. Things are not blowing up. We're going to move through it. I know how to handle it. And just doing some deep breathing, and that feeling goes away, and you can think more rationally and be, you know, far more calm and raise your vibration to a higher level and be, you know, ask for the support you need, be supportive to somebody else. So that, she says, nothing like creating beautiful spaces. That's right. It has to start in your heart.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 And you have
teenagers.
I have a 20-year-old boy and an 18-year-old boy. So yeah.
Yeah. So you have
that good time.
I love, I mean, they've been awesome at every age, but the teenage years and them as young adults has been so cool because we get into these really great dialogues where we all have different opinions, and, you know, they have different perspectives than I do. And I'm like, where did you get that? But it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I raised them to be really independent, and have always given them, I think one of the things that's made me different as a parent and as a single mom is I've always given them a say in what we're doing and in their lives. I think much more so, you know, like we were Team Emmy, and now they're kind of growing up and going to do their own thing, so they'll create their own teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
awesome.
But it's awesome that they have you as a mom.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That you can help
That
them.
you can help them.
You know,
Yeah.
be receptive
to
owning their own constitution, having their own
constitution.
Yeah.
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 Because there's so many things that are vying for attention, and particularly with that age group, they're being targeted. So that's great. That they can think for themselves. Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
This is Jamie. He likes to be on video.
Hey.
He's 20 pounds and here, let me see if
Aww.
20 pounds
not
of love.
20 pounds of love.
Yeah, right there he is.
Aww.
Thank you. I don't need your tongue in my mouth.
No, I love it.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
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 So
So
I could talk to you
forever,
forever,
and you have given us
some amazing
some
tips.
amazing tips.
I really love
I really love the muscles
and feeling
and feeling into
your
your
intuition
intuition
and the mindset.
and the mindset.
Yeah.
So rich.
So rich.
So
So
yeah. So if you
yeah.
could
So if you
say
could
one more
say
time
one more time
for your Facebook
for
group,
your Facebook group,
so people
Sure.
can join.
so people can join.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you search the Tribe of Leaders, that's the name of my Facebook group. Would love to have people join. Having a lot of fun. This week we're talking about rewiring your brain. As I said, I think next week we're talking about leadership, but I don't remember.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Different topic, but there's something. Leadership's coming in the next week or two. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Please keep me
please
posted
keep me posted
on all of your
on
investments.
all of your investments.
And if there's a way
And if there's a way
that we can
Yeah.
get
that we can get
this tribe here
this tribe here
to support you,
Yeah.
to support you,
we'd love to do that.
we'd love to do that.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep me posted
And
with your
keep me
girls.
posted with your girls.
I will. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
would love
Because I would love to
connect with them.
connect with
So
them.
they can connect with
So they can connect with some of mine.
Okay.
Because we do an
Because we
event
do an event
in October
in October
called the International
called the
Day of the Girl.
International Day of the Girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think your girls
And I
would
think
dig
your
that.
girls would dig that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So
Um,
much fun hanging out with you.
Yes.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna share
Yeah, so we're gonna share all your
good stuff.
all your good stuff.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we do
Yeah.
this every
We do
week.
this every week,
And so
and so next week
we have
we have
the
the
Reverend
Reverend
Dr.
Shara Stevens,
who will be on next
who will
week.
be on next week,
And we're so excited.
and we're so excited
to have her.
to have her.
So,
So,
any questions
any questions that you have,
or any
or any aha
moments
or anything like that,
drop me a comment.
drop me a comment,
And make
and
sure
to
click
the
link
link
because I have
one spot
available
for my 90-day program.
And
Oh, wow.
And I'll do
just one spot left.
just
Are you
one spot left.
Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll do this
as a dynamic duo.
So pull your girlfriend.
So pull your girlfriend
So you guys can
transform
together.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Amy,
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I will.
All right.
I will
Yeah,
see you
have a
soon,
great
my
night.
I will see you soon, my friend.
Bye.
Have a great one.
Have a great one.
Mhm. Bye.
Mhm.